of mine started his own concert series in his home when I was about 19 years old, and he asked me to be the first person to play on this series. And it was an incredible evening. He had it catered, he had his friends there. I was able to speak to the audience directly. They were 10 feet away. The intimacy, the immediacy of that evening was just a very memorable experience. And it occurred to me then that a home concert could actually be a legitimate unto itself event. And this may seem small, but for me it was actually a revelation, because it meant that any home that has a piano could be a concert venue.
We have had Kimball, Gallagher in our home probably 3 different times for a home concert, and it is just such a fabulous way to entertain your friends. It's just been a win-win situation. I think Kimball enjoys it almost as much as we do, and our friends have just loved it, and you almost feel like you've turned the clock back to another era. It's very civilized and totally enjoyable.
To be so close to the music, it's wondrous. I mean, I can't think of another word. It's really a magical evening, and people are blown away.
What I loved about the concert was just having live music in the house. All of our friends said it was the most awesome party they'd been to all year.
It was unique. There was very few of us that I think had ever experienced something like that. And to be so up close and personal with not only the musician, but also the instrument, and to see what that instrument could do by the musician was pretty awesome.
Home concerts can happen anywhere that there's a home, somebody who wants to host the concert, a willingness to bring your friends into the home, and there needs to be a piano of reasonably high quality. If you have those, then you can make a concert work. There's so many different ways you can do a concert. You can cook your own meal, you can have it catered, you can have a potluck dinner. So you don't even have to serve any food, you could just have the concert in and of itself. It can be whatever you want. I really like to encourage hosts to take ownership over that element.
We invited 60 people, so it took some organization, sending out email invites and setting up chairs, but it really wasn't that big a deal.
It was nothing more difficult than planning a party for your friends.
If you only offered the music and maybe light refreshments, it hasn't been a difficult thing at all. I think people really aren't expecting a lot in the way of food, and depending on what time of the evening you do it, I think they're just happy to come and relax and listen to the music.
As an artist, one of my favorite things about playing home concerts is, first of all, you can feel the energy of the audience much more vividly in a small space. I feel like the music comes alive in such a small space. You can almost feel the audience reacting to it. I feel like I can connect with almost each individual audience member during the concert. And also just on a personal level, there's opportunities to ask questions, and I answer questions. I ask the audience questions.
And the audience was 100% completely engaged. They had a million questions about the pieces, the composer, about Kimball.
So it's just a lot more personal, and at the end of the evening I feel like I've actually really given people something they can take home with them. There's a lot of historical authenticity behind these sorts of concerts. I mean, we imagine with Mozart's piano sonatas, for example, a lot of them were composed for amateur pianists and presumably performed in the home. In the case of Chopin, we know that even his public concerts were very small, intimate venues. We can assume that his music was conceived for those sorts of intimate spaces. We know, for example, as well, Beethoven's piano sonatas were known widely while he was alive, but only from private concerts in aristocratic circles. So playing the music of Chopin or Mozart or Beethoven in this setting actually lends a certain authenticity to it. The other thing I love about home concerts is that when somebody invites their friends to their house, there's automatically a great energy of the audience. Audience can commune with the music in an intimate, immediate setting, private setting, in my opinion, more easily than often in a larger public venue.
One of the things that everyone commented on was because it was so intimate that we could watch Kimball's hands, we could watch his expressions on his face as he was playing the music, and the music really was flowing through him to the piano, and Kimball and the piano became one.
It's a very vivid, intense, it can be very emotional experience, and most people come away from home concerts feeling enlightened and uplifted.
Listen to fabulous music while you're sitting in a comfortable chair with a glass of wine. You haven't had to drive your car anywhere or park anywhere.
It was probably one of the most exciting experiences I've ever had.
Just to have that live music, the friendship, and something that no one else really ever does.
It's a fantastic way to entertain your friends. It's a fantastic way to do something special for someone special in your life. It's a fantastic way to bring communities together. It's a celebration of history. It's a celebration of the arts. It's a celebration of friendship. Right now I'm working on an 88 home concert tour all over North America, one concert per key on the piano.